Okay. Konnichiwa. Hello, everyone. How's your Sunday? Yeah, welcome to Artsphere, Sunday, 1 p.m. Again, it's me, Jarrell, sharing with you Japanese culture and then teaching you a little bit about the Japanese dialogue conversation that you guys would love to have when you visit Japan, or even when people speak to you in Japanese, when you're traveling in Japan, you can kind of understand. 然后今天我要讲什么呢？I guess just like Singapore today is actually raining, yeah, across the whole island. And then everybody have the image that Singapore is always hot, 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 hot，对不对？很热，很热，很热。然后我们在这边有一句话就是常年四夏，一雨成秋 ，right？ 说现在我们就好像秋天嘛，凉凉哎，凉凉掉哦，常年四夏，一雨成秋。In English, directly translate is all year round summertime, but once it rains, it becomes autumn. So Singapore is a country without 4 seasons. But in Japan, there is 4 seasons. And I kind of envy, 真的很羡慕 countries with 4 seasons because they actually do things differently. You know, they wear different, they eat different during the particular season. And right now is summertime. Okay, summertime in Japan and in many parts of the country or the world where there is 4 seasons. And in Japan, summertime Natsu. Okay, Natsu, if you remember, yeah, those who have been following me, I talked about the 4 seasons before, right? Aki, actually, Haru, Natsu, Aki, Fuyu, right? 春夏秋冬, right? So today, right now in Japan is Natsu. And Natsu is always, they say Natsu Yasumi. Why? Because it's summer holidays. The school is on holidays. And then it's one of the hottest period of the year for Japan. And it usually starts from July the 20th to August the 31st. So the schools actually end July 20th. And everybody will, I mean, all the school children will be happy looking forward to Natsu Yasumi. Right? So Natsu Yasumi is summer holidays. And Japanese do travel out for their summer holidays. And this week, actually the past 2 weeks, yeah, for Japan is kind of a chaotic summer holiday, or rather a summer season, especially when many parts of Japan recorded, konnichiwa, Tommy, many parts of Japan across the country recorded some of the highest temperature ever seen in summer, 40 degrees, 41 degrees, 42 degrees. So it's crazy hot. So when we talk about this, to us, people living in Singapore and Southeast Asia, we do not feel the kind of anxiety the Japanese are going through, because to the Japanese, living anything that is above 30 degrees, they will start to broadcast in the news that they have to be very careful, have to hydrate, right? Have to bring umbrella, have to eat a lot of cool stuff, cool food, stuff like that. I mean, they have to be very careful. Somehow they are not very, like us, sustainable to heat, because we've been growing in this warm weather. All right, so summer holiday, Natsu Yasumi, is very special to the people in Japan. And they do a lot of things that is different from us, because like us, we can go swimming, right, in Singapore, practically all year round. But in Japan, usually they go swimming, they go to the beach during summer holidays, yeah? So let's get a feel of what the Japanese do during this hot period called Natsu Yasumi, okay? So, let's see. I go to my next slide. Okay, so these are some of the top summer activities that the Japanese does when they are on a summer holiday. And you can see firework display is top. Number 2 is theme parks, and then aquarium. Okay, there are some fantastic aquarium across the country, but the firework display is something that a lot of Japanese actually look forward to during the summer holidays. And the summer holidays firework display in Japan is really exceptional. 真的是非常的壮观，非常的盛大。Why? Because Like in Singapore, when we have National Day Parade, we probably do our fireworks for about 15 minutes, and then we think that it's fantastic, isn't it? 真的是一山还有一山高哈。In Japan, firework display across the country, different time now, of course, yeah. Across the country, their firework display lasts for an hour. All right, so if you have a chance, you have to tick off your bucket list 去日本一定要看他们的烟火大会。All right, another one is the theme parks. Families bring out their school holiday, so family will go out to the different theme parks across the country. Of course, everybody know about USJ, right? Universal Studio Japan, and then Disney World, which is the few internationally recognized theme parks. But again, across the country, there are many other theme parks that the family will bring their children to. And then the third activities they would love to visit or rather do is to visit aquarium in Japan. Konnichiwa, Annabelle. Okay, so these are some of the top summer, and you can see this is like more family orientated. For the young people, just like anywhere in the world, they will go to the beach, they do barbecue. But the top three summer activities in Japan is still about firework, about going to theme parks to have fun, aquarium. And this is also the period, it's very strange in a sense that this is also the period where in Japan, where it's so hot, you can see a lot of Japanese actually start to wear t-shirt and Bermudas. Unlike Singapore, right? 24 hours a day, practically every single day, 365 days, you can see people walking around in t-shirts. But in Japan, during this period, you can see people walking around in t-shirts, but other than summer, seldom you see people walking around in t-shirts, okay? Okay, so firework display, this is the first vocabulary I like to share with you guys. Hanabi Taikai. Hanabi Taikai is firework display. And you can see this picture I show you, actually this is along one of the river, all right? Everybody gather around, they pick their spot and then they just wait for the Hanabi Taikai to show, and usually it lasts for an hour. Imagine fireworks last for an hour is a fantastic sight. 一定要找机会，夏天如果去日本的话，一定要看它的那个我们叫烟火啦，他们叫 Hanabi Taikai， 就是花火大会啊。And then just a side note, okay, today my Japanese lesson, because many of you have been following me, so I'm trying to assume that most of you have already understood a lot of the Hiragana and Hiragana already to a certain extent, some familiarity. So 我已经会开始把那个罗马字拿掉哦，看你们会不会跟着我一起念，好不好 ？Okay, just to know that you have been progressing while following my this Japanese lesson. Then again, I need to make a disclaimer. 我不是老师 I'm just sharing my knowledge of Japan and Japanese culture and knowledge with everybody. So I'm not a teacher. I need to have a disclaimer. Yeah. But anyway, I hope that we are making progress, and on future lesson, I also try to cut down on the Romaji. Yeah, so we can start to read Japanese characters as it is. Okay, 好不好？这样子可以吗？So Hanabi Taikai, where to go and where are the best place to find? Okay, there are some. All right. If you have a pen and you want to take some notes, you have to go to the different prefecture during this period, July 20th to August the 31st. All right. The top 10 places to visit. 好不好？ Shiga Ken, Shiga Prefecture. Okay. The next one is Yamagata, Sanxing. Another one is Niigata. 然后还有另外一个是在 Akita 秋田。IG 爱知县 Nagano, okay, Nagano Prefecture, and there's Mie Prefecture, okay. 然后还有一个是 Hokkaido Prefecture, 然后还有一个是金刚is Shizuoka, and then of course Tokyo, right? And then Tokyo. There are many, but of course in Tokyo, the one that everybody looks forward to is called the Sumidagawa Hanabi Taikai. It's near the riverside, Sumida River. Okay? 好不好？ So they are spread across the nation, but I guess for us Singaporeans, when we travel to Japan, Tokyo is the most likely place you can catch Hanabi Taikai. And then if you go, must always try to find a time and place that is Sumidagawa. Sumidagawa. Huh? Must 去看 Hanabi Taikai. Okay? Next, 水族馆 aquarium. Japanese pronounce this as 水族館. 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 And one of the best aquarium right now in Japan is in Okinawa. One of the biggest and largest. Is fantastic. It's beautiful. All right. So if you plan to visit Japan, take this down. Okay. Have to visit the aquarium in Okinawa. Okay. UNG. Of course, there are many UNG in Japan, right? Of course, Tokyo Disneyland, Universal Studio Japan, and then 还有这些Sario Land， 什么 land 都有啦 ，Ultraman 的也有 ，OK， Ninja 的也有。But because it's summer, okay, everybody is out. The children do not have to go to school, so the parents will bring the children to all the different amusement parks spread across the country. And then, and summer makan is also very different from us. Yeah, you have to understand. 我们新加坡就是常年是夏嘛，哈，那我们都没有说哦，现在是夏天，我们要吃的比较不一样，好。But in Japan, I say, like this week again, it has been record breaking. Many parts of Japan actually hit 41 degrees, 40 degrees. In fact, the last 10, 15 years, it hit 38 degrees. So in summertime in Japan, it's actually quite cruel. It's really hot. Yeah, it's even hotter than Singapore. And there come a period there that when I have a chance to travel to Japan for my business trip, I actually tried to avoid. After I have experienced the summertime in Japan, it was really hot. It's really even hotter than Singapore. So because of this change of season, 不同的季节，日本人在夏天的时候 when they are in summer, they eat a lot of shaved ice， 就好像我们的 ice kacang， OK， 然后很多 cold noodles 冷面。当然 the most favorite fruit is watermelon. Watermelon is all over the place and it's very sweet. Honestly, practically you pick any watermelon out and eat, it's very sweet. Okay, so watermelon, 如果你要记得我们在早期的时候我有教过你们怎么讲 watermelon 嘛，对不对？如果忘记了 let's recall. Watermelon in Japanese is called 水果。 Okay, suika. Okay, kakikori, shaved ice. This one is not like our ice kacang, but unlike our ice kacang, they are quite simple. The key difference of the Japanese shaved ice called kakikori is that their shaved ice is very fine. 不像我们的有点粗粗的，对不对？ Ours is very rough, yeah, the ice. But the shaved ice in Japan is actually very fine. It's like you're eating snow, you know, honestly. And then, of course, they have toppings on top. Okay, as you can see, this is strawberry topping. But then again, even in shaved ice alone, in summertime, in the Kanto area, remember Kanto, Guangdong Chi, or there is the Tokyo, the Yokohama area, and the Kansai, Guangxi Chi, right, which will be the Osaka, the Nara, you know, Wakayama. They have different ways of preparing kakikori. So this one you see here is actually Kanto style. Why? Because it's the shaved ice, then the toppings on top. Yeah. But if you have a shaved ice, let's say you go to Japan, you have a shaved ice, and then you have the toppings below, and then the ice on top. There's a Kansai style. Apparently, Kansai and Kanto is always trying to differentiate between themselves. Right? Even the way they queue up the escalator, left and right is different. Yeah, one side right, then the other, the left side right, lining up, and then the other side walking will be in Tokyo, and then the reverse will be Osaka. All right. So the next vocabulary I share with you right now in Japan, summertime, one of the best makan that they go for is kakikori, shaved ice. Yeah. And then cold noodles, somen. See, in Singapore, we are so hot, yet we never have cold noodles, right? So when I first encountered my little story about eating cold noodle, actually is not being introduced by Japanese culture. A little side story. My side story is because I study overseas, and then I get to, for the first time, to have a lot of friends from across the region, right? You have Hong Kong friends, Korean friends, and then of course we do potluck lot as students. We do a lot of potluck, and then everybody bring their favorite dishes. And then my Korean friend actually introduced cold noodle. And then when we arrived, and then I was so shocked. He has a big plate, and then he put noodles and then put ice on top, and then he was telling us this is cold noodles that Korean eat during summertime. And then honestly, I freak out. I said, what the F, right? I mean, I've never seen it. Noodle, just like water like that, yeah, and then they put ice and then eat with dashi. Okay, so apparently in Korea it's also very hot, I believe, right? Like places in Daegu, is very, very hot in Korea during summertime. I believe Oppa agree with me, yeah? So somen is one of the key makan in Japan during summertime, right? And it's really delicious. In fact, if you can see this, I don't know whether you can see this. This is somen. If you have not seen it, yeah. I'm not trying to make advertisement, but this is really good on this particular. I don't want to mention, but you can see here. Okay, it's really good. Try it if you can, yeah. And there's instruction behind. It's easy to make. All right. Okay, another one is again is hiyashi tanuki udon. Hiyashi tanuki udon. 它就是乌冬啦，乌冬面哈。可是 hiyashi 你看到那个中文字就是冷嘛 ，again is cold, alright. Of course with dashi with the sauce, and then they prepare with tomato and then cucumber and then it's cold, but it's really refreshing when you eat in a hot summer night or hot summer day of 35-40 degrees. Yeah. And then even shabu shabu, they eat cold, alright， 就是把它 boil 了之后，然后就是这样切片，然后一样的 the vegetables will be carrot lah, will be sliced onion, and then they dip in sauces. So it's called Leishabu. Fantastic. You have to understand, meat in Japan is unlike, again, I have to use Singapore as a reference lah, because I'm a Singaporean. We love to eat large chunks of meat, right? Like our char siu must be thick, our pork, our chicken must be thick. But for the Japanese people, they love to eat meat, but they actually prefer to eat their meat sliced to a very slim portion, or rather slim, thin in terms of diameter, the size, the thickness. Okay, so it's sliced very thin, and then when you dip with the sauces and you eat it, 真的是很棒，真的是很棒。Okay, even though it's cold, right? So Leishabu is again something that the Japanese do eat during summertime. Okay, and then this is something you find in summertime when you go to all the different temples and jinja. All right, you find shops that sell kuzumochi. So these are all mochi lah. This is quite standard. Mochi, and then with their sweet sauce, as it usually is black in color. Come in different flavors sometimes. And then has a lot of goma. Goma is sesame. Yeah, it's crushed sesame. And then the mochi is very soft and tender. And then of course you will have this toothpick, which is quite thick in itself. You pick it and you eat. Yeah, actually when you visit all the terra, you sit down and rest, and then the scenery is very nice. 然后凉风习习的这样子吹过来，对不对？或者是有扇子这样子这样子and then also in Japan during summertime they also drink a lot of beer, yeah, beer. Okay, so there you see, from here, I want to bring another side topic. You see, drinking beer. Beer sales in Japan is the highest during summertime, the volume, right? We are also living in a hot country, 对不对？可是我记得小时候我的爷爷同我的爸爸when they start drinking beer, it's hot, right? They will just bring a glass and then they'll put ice and then they pour their particular beer inside, right, with ice. Actually, this is a big no-no. Yeah, maybe for some of you already know. I did that also when I was in Japan. I still recall in the summertime, I was drinking beer with my partners, right? And then I asked for ice and then I put my beer on top. They were freaking out and saying, what the F you are doing? Because I think this is only unique to Southeast Asia where we have ice and we have beer and we pour in it. In Japan, it's not like that, okay? Usually, all their mugs are freezing cold, all right? And of course, the beer is cold. So when they bring their beer out to you, you have a cold mug and then a cold beer and you pour in it and then it's very froth with bubble and you start drinking like that. No ice ever allowed. And I believe it's the same in Korea because, again, I make the same mistake with my Korean friends when I visit them in Seoul. They were laughing like crazy. So even though we are living in hot places, drinking and eating habits are different. Okay? And then while I'm at it, recently, in summertime, beer, alcohol, hot selling. So for the ladies, they usually go for umeshu, umeshu, right? And then they also have happoshu. Okay, here's my question now. Okay, what is happoshu? Yeah, happoshu in Chinese is called fa pao mei jiu. Happoshu. Please, my fellow friends who have been visiting my site for Japanese culture and lesson, maybe this is a question for you. Find out what is happoshu and let me know next week, shall we? 可以这样子吗？happoshu. Okay. So next, you see, semi Chinese 叫做蚕，不是残废来蚕，然后英文应该叫做 Sikanda 吧，我不知道啦。My English is very 假啦。Okay, I'm a Singlish man. Okay. So in Japan, during summertime, you hear a lot of 蝉的叫声。Actually, it's quite musical. It's quite melodious. 早上的时候 especially in the morning, and also in the afternoon, late afternoon. So again, for me, I have the privilege of visiting the country during the 4 seasons. And I have been walking through the parks because Japan, Tokyo, even though it's a big metropolitan city, 他们真的有很多公园的。Then I was walking through the parks, and during summertime, you can hear a lot of sound making from the semi cicada. Okay, and I do not know why. 我真的不懂为什么新加坡没有了。There isn't. Maybe this is another question for you guys. Come back to me and find out why there is no semi in Singapore. Especially in the morning when I walk across some of the small parks to take the train for my meetings. When you hear the sound of the semi, it is very melodious. It's like a choir. It's like an orchestra. Okay, so this is one of the unique things in Japan. 然后另外一个昆虫another type of insect that is very popular among kids, especially kids. See this? Kaputo Mushi. Kaputo Mushi. In short, general term is called beetle. Yeah? But this Kaputo Mushi, all the kids, somehow Japanese kids are not afraid of Kaputo Mushi. They will go around all the parks. If they are living in the countryside, they will go and look for Kaputo Mushi and they will catch it. And then, like us in Singapore, I mean, not for the young generation now, my time, uncle's time, we love to go and catch spider. And then once we catch spider, we will use the spider. My friend catch one, I catch one, and then we put it in a matchbox, we feed it, and then we do fighting, spiders fighting. Remember not? Japanese until now, because we now cannot find spider, but the Japanese, they can still find Kaputo Mushi. Okay, so the kids actually, they will find big ones, small ones, all different kind of Kaputo Mushi, and they also do fighting. All right, so the bigger the horn, the better. All right, and they have many, many varieties. In fact, I believe many years back there was even a game of Kabuto Mushi, video game, okay, where all the beetles will fight each other. I mean, just like our TV game in the past. But Kabuto Mushi is what the Japanese boys especially are crazy about. And in some of the Kabuto Mushi, the unique ones are when they go on market to sell, market price that can go up to a few $1,000s. Yeah, can go up to a few $1,000s. Okay, so this is something again very unique to Japan, but not in Singapore. All right, ours is spider, but nowadays you can't even find spider. Oh, really? Real like spider. Okay, so it's a happy time, right? Summer holidays in Japan is called Natsu Yasumi, but there's another thing that is unique to Japan during summertime. It's always called Natsu Matsuri. Natsu Matsuri. Natsu Matsuri. So there are many summer festivals. Again, you have been following me, you know that Japan, Shinto, right? They believe there is divine spirits in the nature, right? Mountain, ocean, and everything. And each prefecture has its unique customs, right? And then because of that unique custom, they have a lot of summer festival. That means the Kanto region will be different from the Kansai region. And then even within the different prefecture, they have different beliefs, but they celebrate. Okay, in short, they celebrate in summertime because of the harvest. All right, for the God that has been blessed them with good water, good rice, good weather, etc., etc. So Natsu Matsuri. I shall not go into the particular Matsuri itself, but there are some key things that is quite identical or common across the country. So when I talk about Natsu Matsuri, it's just like when I was growing up, I remember we have this thing called fun fair. We go with our parents, and then we have the merry-go-round lah, then we have tikam lah, things like this, right? But again, this is not to be seen sight in Singapore, which is quite sad. Yeah, but in Japan, there's still Natsu Matsuri. We have no more fun fair in Singapore, very few. And then, of course, summertime, Japanese, especially the young ladies, they wear yukata, yukata. So I should say it's a simple form of kimono, but 比较凉爽, no? It's more cooling because there's not many layers. And then, in fact, it looks very casual and very pretty, yeah, to be honest. And then guys also have yukata, okay? So please do not be mistaken. Yukata are only for ladies. Yukata also has it for the male version, okay? And then, of course, with yukata, they always have fan like this, So because it's hot, and then they will wear the keta, slippers, the wooden clogs, They go to Natsu Matsuri. Maybe I should do one session on Natsu Matsuri. But anyway, let's see. Now, one of the key things that you see in the Natsu Matsuri is this thing called Gingyo Skui. Okay, this is another vocabulary we learned today. Gingyo Skui. Gingyo is Jingyu, Skui is scoop. Goldfish scooping. Practically every Natsu Matsuri you see, there will be a Gingyo Skui. In fact, this one, Gingyo Skui, there is also different level one, you understand? Okay, there's even an association where they have competition such that you can reach a level of master, pro, second level pro, third level pro, things like this. Okay, the simple idea of this Gingyo Skui goldfish scooping is they give you, you can see from my slide here, a ladder, 然后它的那个网 is like a piece of tissue paper, it's that thin, okay? So there's no time limit, but then you go to this big pool of goldfish, and then they give you another small pail, and then you use this paper scoop, and then you go and scoop as many goldfish as possible. Okay, even if it's broken, if you can catch a goldfish and bring it to your own pail, the goldfish belongs to you. 好，所以这个东西 goldfish scooping is also considered a professional sport in Japan. Yeah, there are people who can using this paper tissue thin ladder, they can scoop like 50 goldfish. Of course, the more expert one, they even have timing to see how many they can fish. Okay, I have tried before, I can never catch. Somehow there's a way to do it because you see 这个 ladder 你进去那个水 once you go into the water, it's wet and then when the fish are moving and then there's current also, right? You imagine it's like a tub of ocean there will be current and then it will break your paper scoop pretty easily. Because there is some skill in it, how you're going to scoop the fish without breaking the tissue or the paper ladder. How about how? Okay, so this can be kids play, but it's also something they consider a sports. How about how? So the first conversation dialogue I'm going to share with you again. Like I say, I take out all the romaji. Hopefully you guys can catch it and learn it together with me. Okay, in English, I'm going to share with you. Goldfish scooping is the most famous game for children. Okay, translate into Japanese. Kingyo sukui wa kodomo ni motomo ninki no game desu. 金魚すくいは子供に最も人気のゲームです。OK? 子供、子宫is 子供。OK? 人气、人気 famous or popular 人气、人気 and then here game, the last few character here is katakana. Game, they just transfer the word game. All right? So, 銀魚すくいは子供に最も人気のゲームです。Try it. 銀魚すくいは子供に最も人気のゲームです。可以哈 Right. Very good. Yeah, you guys are following me. All right. So, again, during this summer festival, Natsu, there's also another festival within the summer holidays. The summer holiday is 40 days. So within this summer holiday, there's another big so-called 节日 not festival per se, but it's another 节日 in Japan. It's called Obon. Obon. Obon Pen. Okay. What is this? Okay. If I have to explain to you in simple terms that you and I can understand in our region, 它就是清明节啦，扫墓。But they call it Obon. So of course, many people who is living in Tokyo, actually they will travel back to their hometown, wherever it may be, and then to give thanks to their ancestor. Okay, Obon. So 也是就 Obon Yasumi， 好像今年的 Obon Yasumi 是 2 weeks, I think 2 weeks ago. And it lasts about 5 days. It's a long weekend. But then again, with COVID, doesn't matter. I don't know. Okay, so Obon. Right, this is another dialogue I'm going to share with you. 它有一些生字 Okay, so let's go through it slowly. English. Obon is an event in Japan to worship the spirits of ancestors. Obon is an event in Japan to worship the spirit of ancestors. Okay, 好。お盆とは戦争の礼を祀る日本の行事のことです。お盆とは戦争の礼を祀る日本の行事のことです。好，戦争、先祖 ancestor 礼灵 spirits. Okay, here 行事。If again, for those who have been following me, this sing right is like ikimas, right? Go. Okay, it's called iki. And then si is koto. But here you cannot just learn how it was pronounced as 它的单字 and then put it in. It's not called ikikoto. 错. Okay? So 日本字 there's such a thing called yomikata. Yomikata. 好像这个字神哦，叫卡米，对不对？可是你放神社的时候，它就不叫卡米夏，它叫金家。好，那我们都知道，还有basically there are many ways to read a Chinese character in Japan, depending on how you use it. This is called Yomikata. Okay, so one more time. Obon とは戦争の霊を祀るする worship、日本の行事のことです。日本のこと。日本の行事のことです。可以呀。You guys are good, okay? Next. It is carried out from August 13 to 16 in most of areas in Japan. Yeah? Japanese. 日本の奥の地域で8月13日から8月16日に行われます。You see? 一样用这个形，对不对？ But just now it's called kyo. It can be iki. But here it's called 行われます。oko 这边这个形字，它的 pronunciation 就是 oko 了。It's not iki, it's not kyo. So one more time. 日本の奥の地域で8月13日から8月16日に行われます。行われます。So it's being carried out. Okay? 行われます。Carry out. Happening. Alright? It's carried out from August 13 to 16 in most areas of Japan. Yeah? Okay, then Obon, they also do a lot of dancing, especially in Aichiken, in Tokushima. Okay? So Bon dance is originally an event to calm the ancestral spirits that came back during Obon. So 你看啊 I'm trying to share with you guys how to read Japanese already without Romaji. 所以你们好，慢慢的跟着我试试看哦。Bon 踊りはもともとをお盆に書いてきた戦争の例をなためるための行事です。一样行，这边叫行。刚才是おこ，现在是行。盆踊りは这边踊り这边是 dance。OK， 归这边是回来了，叫做然后 senso is ancestor, lei is spirit. Gyoji is like a process that you do. Okay, it's a process. 好不好？ So let's try one more time slowly. 盆踊りはもともとはお盆に書いてきた戦争の例をなためるための行事です。なためるの行事です。Okay, Bon dance is originally an event to calm the ancestral spirits that came back during Obon. Okay, 有一点难 I know it's a little bit tough, but we need to go through it because you can never have Romaji to help you with the readings. Okay, so in the future lesson I have something like this, but of course I have something easy also so that you guys can again refresh. Refresh is important. Okay, so what do? They gather at the precinct yard of temples in the Obon season and dance with music. Okay, so in Japanese, Obonの時期に自社の境内に集まって音楽に合わせて踊ります。One more time. お盆の時期に自社の境内に集まって音楽に合わせて踊ります。So 時期時期 so is period 咯。自社你看这个是叫做 Terra 嘛，之前我们叫 Terra 对不对？可是这边不 not pronounced as Terra already， 这边 pronounced as 自下 ，OK？ And for those who know 境内 ，OK？ 现在这边它的 pronunciation 是 K 代 because 那个内是无记呢，它原本是无记的 pronunciation 内 可是这边两个字加起来它变 k 呆。好，集まって集。好 ，for those who know Chinese 啊，集集まって means together。OK， 音乐音楽合わせて together 和嘛合わせて和一起together in synchronization。踊ります这是 dance 咯。Okay, so dance with music. So English is they gather at the prancing yard of temples in the Obon season and dance with music. In Japanese, Obonの時期に自社の境内に集まって音楽に合わせて踊ります。So far so good. Oh, my live audience is going down, so it's too difficult. So I give a simple one, okay? This one is called What's Your Plan for Obon? Okay, Obon は何をする予定ですか？お盆は何をする予定ですか？ What's your plan for お盆？ What's your plan for お盆？お盆は何をする予定？する予定 means what's your plan? What's your plan? 予定是 plan. What's your plan? Okay, so of course, yeah, I've been starting the whole session with Hanabi. So of course, they must go Hanabi and Natsu Matsuri. There's a summer festival going on this Saturday. Want to go together? So, 今度の土曜日に夏祭りがあるのですが、一緒に行きませんか？知ってます？今度の土曜日に夏祭りがあるのですが、一緒に行きませんか？一緒に行きませんか？你看这边那个行就是行き。Okay, but anyway, I've been going a little bit probably too deep, but I just take the opportunity to share with you that one simple Chinese character here, okay, at different time, pronounced differently. 可以这样子okay? So, 今度进度 actually 不是现在it's about, next time or there is something in the future. 今度 okay? 土曜日 is Saturday. 土曜日 土曜日好难听Okay, Saturday. 夏祭り Okay? 夏季 Okay? So 今度の土曜日に夏祭りがあるのですか？あるのですか？这是 there is. Okay? 一緒に together. 行きませんか？ Shall we go together? 一緒に行きませんか？Okay, again, practice some time and dates. Yeah, there will be fireworks festival from 7:30 p.m. on the 8th of August. 8月4日の7時半から花火大会があります。8月4日の7時半から、or it can be 7時, right? 7時半から花火大会があります。Okay? Last time. 8月4日の7時半から花火大会があります。There will be firework festival from 7:30 p.m. on the 8th of August. Okay? This is very simple. Do you want to go together? Would you like to go together? 一緒に行きませんか? Okay, I forget to delete this. So anyway, don't look at the romanji. 一緒に行きませんか? 一緒に行きませんか? Would you like to go together? Okay? So, of course, we like to go together and we have to find a spot to sit and enjoy the firework while enjoying beer. どこがに座ってビールを飲みながら花火を眺めましょう。どこかに座ってビールを飲みながら花火を眺めましょう。Okay? So I explain. どこかに where? Find a spot. 座って坐。这个坐就是 sit down. Find a place to sit. ビール again in カタカナ。飲みながら that means drinking while doing. Watching while drinking. 花火を眺めましょう。这边是 中文字你看得懂的话，这是摇嘛，看得远一点。OK， 西发。OK，so 这边叫 nagame。OK，so one more time. Find a spot to sit and enjoy the fireworks while enjoying a beer. どこかに座ってビールを飲みながら花火を眺めましょう。Okay, 飲みながら that means while drinking beer, watching 飲みながら花火を眺めましょう。Okay? Alright, so it has been a nice lesson, at least for me. I've shared with you what summertime is all about, and I hope you have understand a little bit about Japan, a little bit more about the summertime, what the Japanese eat, what do they do, okay, and then some Japanese dialogue and new vocabulary. So there's another one here for you. It's called have fun, pronounced as tanoshimi ni, tanoshimi ni. Yeah. So I have come to the end of my lesson, but again, our Artsphere channel will have a lot of other fantastic events. Okay, so the next, of course, summertime must relax, ma, right? No, 真的是要好好享受. And what is the best thing to do? One of the best thing to do is to have a beautiful lady and teach you how to do facial massage. Isn't it good? Yeah. So 下一个节目 in the next 10 minutes, continue to log on to our Artsphere channel, and we have Candy to introduce you and teach you how to pamper yourself with facial massage. ね。OK? じゃあ、ありがとうございました。お疲れ様でした。And by the way, if you have any comments, please leave it on the comments, okay? So that I can know what to do for you guys next. Thank you. Bye-bye.